Good afternoon, Mike Huber, Moneyball Hitter Magazine, lead columnist, team hitting specialist. How you guys doing today? Hey, we're going to cover the New York Yankees today. This should be very interesting because Major League Baseball, all the teams, if they're going to follow one team, they're going to follow the Yankees. The winning tradition is there, and just the aura of the Yankees will always be there. The thing is, the New York Yankees are stuck right in the middle of this hitting depression that Major League Baseball is in. As a matter of fact, they may have started it. I'm not sure about that, but last year was their worst year in over a decade for sure, maybe even a couple of decades. I didn't even go that far back. But they hit 245, about 248, and they slugged only 380 with all the talent that they had on that team last year. And it is no surprise to me because, we're researchers here at Moneyball. And, one of the ways we found out why hitting was going so badly over the past 5 years is we did research on every other team. The worst team that we researched was the New York Yankees and Kevin Long, their hitting coach, who had been there for 10 years. And we know Long, when he first got on the team, he walked into a gold mine. They were hitting like 290 as a team, and every year that he was with them, they went down 10 points in their team batting average and slugging percentage at the same time, which is pretty significant. But, when you start at 290, then he finished his career with the Yankees at 245. That went down 45 points in a decade. That is a lot. And there is a reason for it, and we know what Kevin Long teaches and how it just sifted the power out of the Yankees lineup. And every year that they got worse, he got more involved with the players, even though they were superstar players who could probably figure out by themselves what was going on. He got really, really involved, and it just went south on him. And we have seen this for over 5 years. So we even have articles that made the call that Kevin Long was in trouble and that the Yankees were indeed in trouble, because they do still have one of the better pitching staffs in the league, and they should make the playoffs every year and take a run at the World Series. And last year they didn't. And when you hit 245, that was the reason, folks. That was the reason. So now they fired Kevin Long, finally. And they don't know why he fired him. They just, I guess it was time to go. Most of these hitting coaches now in this hitting slump only last 1 to 2 years. My grandmother could get a hitting coach with the Yankees and stay with them for 10 years because they get new players, superstar players every year, and just sit there and be paid millions of dollars and be heralded as one of the greatest hitting coaches that ever came about, which is what happened with Kevin Long. Okay? He is trumped around from convention to convention, especially after he won his first World Series with the Yankees. And he started to really believe that he knew what he was talking about. And I have tried his methods early on as a hitting coach, and they did not work. And now when I go in and train teams, I know what does not work, which is Kevin Long's linear back, knee to the ball type of hitting. And we fix it and unravel it. We help teams and hitters increase their batting average by more than 50 points on average, just by unraveling some of the crap that Kevin Long preaches. And you know what? He's not the only one. He's learned it from somebody else. Most of these hitting coaches teach very similar philosophies as far as linear hitting, back knee to the ball type of thing. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we talk. So the Yankees had one hitter who I would consider a star hitter, and that was the smallest hitter on the team, Jacoby Ellsbury, who is not a linear hitter. He is pure backside, effective rotational hitter. They got him, from Boston? Okay, so he hasn't even been in the system long enough to be screwed up um, by Long or any hitting coach affiliated with the Yankees. And he hit 270, 15 home runs. So that's where our mark is. You got to hit 270 and over 15 home runs to be an effective person in the lineup, okay, who's really, really contributing. They didn't have anybody else besides that. McCann, Texera, they hit over 20 home runs, but they hit between 215 and 250, okay? So there hardly anything is going on with them that's helping the team. And the rest of the guys, they had a couple of 280 hitters, and everybody else is hovering around 250, 10 home runs or whatever. It's just not going to get it done. That's not the Yankees. And to tell you the truth, if the Yankees hit like that on any other team, they'd be the worst hitting team in the league because the pitching wouldn't be there to hold them up. Okay? So we have done a lot of articles on the Yankees and Kevin Long. They are archived in our Moneyball. Just hit the search button on our Moneyball Hitter magazine and look for them, and you'll find them. And we go into more detail as to why these hitters have been screwed up under the tutelage of Kevin Long. Now, let's get to how the Yankees are going to fix this offensive problem. And like we said, the Yankees are stuck in this hitting depression matrix. Okay, in the hitting depression matrix, what happens is, first of all, hitting coaches get fired from one year to the next because hitters, this past 5 years especially, teams are getting worse. Hitters in the lineup are getting worse and worse. They're blaming it on the hitting coaches. The hitting coaches do deserve the blame in my book because if I was a hitting coach, I would take that very personally. I would not let players slump for so long, and I would not let their numbers go down significantly like we are finding with our team MLB reviews. So what are they going to do to fix the problem? Well, you know, the Yankees have been in a depression for over 5 years. So the players that are still there, their confidence is too badly shaken. I don't think that they'll ever get back to where they were before, even before they came to the Yankees. Okay, so I think it's just going to be really tough for the Yankees to get their hitting back all in 1 year, especially because the Yankees do not know what's going on with this hitting depression, so they're making the same mistakes all the ball clubs are. They're hiring guys, image guys with big names, even though they get fired from team to team. Okay? So Jeff Pentland, 68-year-old Jeff Pentland, who's been with probably half the major league teams in his hitting coach career, is now with the Yankees, who claims that he doesn't even have a philosophy. He's probably bombarded himself and being fired so many times that he really actually doesn't care. But he's in the good old boy networking system, and he's an image guy, so they hired him. You know what? If he gets off the bench and can climb up the dugout stairs, that would be probably a pretty good goal for the Yankees hitting coach. Okay, at the age of 68. What are you going to do at the age of 68? He has really done nothing as far as helping a lot of hitters, even as long as he's been in the major and minor leagues. Okay, and he is just an image face guy that they put there. Now the Yankees, for the first time, hired a second coach, the assistant coach, which is Alan Cockrell. Alan Cockrell, former coordinator for the Arizona Diamondbacks for a long while, and whenever he got a chance with Seattle and Colorado to be their hitting coach, he got fired within 2 years. Okay? Whenever he got a chance to be the hitting coach, that's when you know they really don't know what they're talking about. Or they don't know how to teach hitters, or they're not getting hitters better. Okay? When you get fired that many times and as fast as they are. So this Cockrell, he's a go-getter, man. I mean, his personality is as strong as Kevin Long's with the Yankees. He teaches very similar stuff that Kevin Long did, okay, which is this back knee to the ball crap which, by the way, I'm just going to tell you very quickly because we don't give our secrets away here at Moneyball, but back knee to the ball just drives the body too much forward, and it's very difficult to stay back on off-speed pitches. And it also makes the swing way too flat and linear, and you cannot match your swing to the ball coming down from the pitcher's mound. So the swing plane becomes unmatched. Okay. So, and we're going to show you a few videos of that. If you go to Moneyball Hitter magazine, we will post those videos of how Alan Cockrell actually swings the bat. He even shows you how he swings the bat. It looks like a little league swing. And he's got this power drive that he endorses. I think he may have even invented it, I don't know, which is kind of a metal pad that comes up, that's you put on the ground, and you drive downward into the ball with your back knee. Okay, almost like a downward swing, and you're pushing off this metal plate to drive your back knee into the ball. Okay, and we know when we go into teams and we fix teams that it is a major problem, driving off the back foot and going linear and hard forward to the ball. And I don't care if your front foot is stiff or whatever, it just doesn't work. It hurts batting averages, and it hurts power numbers for over 90% of hitters, and that includes major league hitters. Okay, so Alan Cockrell might as well be the twin of Kevin Long. So the Yankees, not knowing anything about hitting or the mechanics of hitting, hired a guy that teaches very much similar stuff that Long does. So it's not going to get too much better. Now, he is the assistant hitting coach, but it's not going to take him long. He knows that he's going to be the main guy because his Pentland is 68 years old, can't even throw BP, probably can't even do any short tosses, you know, could hardly probably move. All he can do is talk. And this Cockrell guy is a go-getter, you know. He's got videos up on YouTube about hitting. He does video analysis and all this sort of stuff, even though that he's been fired a couple of times because his team simply could not hit. Okay, so I have a feeling that he's going to get after these Yankee hitters, and it's not going to get any better. But I don't know how long that's going to take. He may ease himself in there and see if the Yankees guys can just get back to what they used to hit when they were on other teams, because you know Yankees pick up great players from other teams, they come to the Yankees, and all of a sudden they can't hit. That's what's going on. So, but the confidence hitting wise with the Yankees is so far down that I don't think that they're going to be able to pick it up so much. Okay. Although the Yankees have a great pitching staff, so I do foresee that even with their bad hitting, that they'll get back into the playoffs again. But it's just pretty sad that the Yankees are stuck in this hitting depression matrix. And you know, when let's say you are just an okay coach, okay? You're a good guy, you're an okay coach, and all of a sudden you land with a world championship team like Kevin Long did, and then you get all this attention, and your ego gets boosted up, and all of a sudden you say to yourself, you know what, I think I must really, really know what I'm doing. And then you go out and push your agenda even more, and then it gets worse when the real truth comes out when you push your agenda because your ego got so big. Okay? These are things that we see that I don't think anybody else recognizes. All right? You can be a really bad coach. Who's ever played for a bad coach and you've been on a winning team? It happens all the time. The worst coach I ever played for was a guy named Duffy Bass. He's not even alive right now, so I'll mention his. He's for Illinois State University. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He was the worst coach I've ever been affiliated with as a player, from Little League on up. All right? but yet he was a Hall of Fame coach. Okay, so this happens, and he won a national championship like his first year that he ever coached. So once you win and you get attention, your ego goes up, and then you think that you know what you're talking about. Okay, this is what happens with most of these major league hitting coaches and stuff like that. They get in the major leagues. If they can stay in there for a while, then they can talk the talk, and it doesn't matter if they walk the walk, because what are we telling you? The hitting coaches are getting fired from one year to the next, and they're being picked up by another team, even though they can't get teams to hit. How crazy is that? Okay? That's what's going on in professional sports. Okay? All they have to do is go after the real science of hitting and fit these players into the real science of hitting. Okay? Which I've got to tell you, the techniques that we use at Moneyball aren't even close, and never even been heard of, for the most part, aren't even close to what they're teaching in the major leagues, college on down. And there's only a handful of high school, college, and major league teams that I would say, they kind of know what they're doing, type of thing. Only a handful, like less than 5%. Okay? And this is what we're seeing. Over 90 to 95% of these teams are getting worse in the major leagues. Hitting's been worse since 1972, and it's because of what these guys are learning, especially the first 2 or 3 years in the minors. What they teach: hands to the ball, back knee to the ball, knob to the ball, widen your stance, all this sort of stuff, crap that just totally takes away from the naturalness of the hitter, takes their back hip power away, their swings get out of control. Okay, this is just what is happening. Okay, and we are the only magazine, and we are the only website out there that is actually talking about this, and actually went in and did team reviews, and has went in and outed all what's being taught and which guys that are doing it. Okay, and Kevin Long is the top guy because he's touted as a guru, or he was. He probably isn't anymore. Okay, along with John Maley of the Cubs, Dave Hodgkins of the Houston Astros. Okay, Dave Magadan is another one. All right, and there's a lot of other ones. Those are just popular ones. Okay, what did the Bible say? Beware of popish persons. Okay, those are people on the stand, in the limelight, type of thing. Okay, so but we have gone in, and especially with this Alan Cockrell, if you go to Moneyball Hitter magazine website and look at our article, we have a video of him and how he teaches hitting, and we've got an article of the Arizona Diamondbacks, which he coordinated at, and they hardly have any real good prospects coming up in the Arizona system that can make it to the major leagues. And Arizona is a very average team, below average in their power hitting, and he's been the coordinator for a long time there. Okay, along with being fired from other jobs. All right. So the New York Yankees, you really got yourself stuck into a big one here as far as a rut is concerned, hitting. And I don't see you guys coming out of it. That's not to say that you're not going to win your division and get to the playoffs. You got enough pitching talent to do that, and enough money to do that. But hitting 245 and slugging under 400 is just going to make it so much harder for you. And these hitters on the Yankees are hitting at the lowest level of their ceiling. They're not even close to the highest level of their ceiling that they normally have. Okay? So, and I owe it all to what they've been trained as once they got into the Yankees organization. Okay? And when you start not hitting a little bit, the pressure's even on further when you're a Yankee. Okay? It just makes it worse. So you need the right type of information. Okay? So that's all we got for today, but the New York Yankees, we cannot believe, would you believe that the greatest baseball organization in the world is muddled with misinformation, disinformation, and the wrong types of people as far as hitting is concerned, that are, you know, it's like a bunch of dirty rocks with great people standing on these rocks. Okay? Great hitters, great players that the New York Yankees can get. And they're just surrounded by some guys who really don't know what they're talking about. Okay? Unfortunately. So that's it we got for the Yankees here. Moneyball Hitter Magazine. Again, we are outing the major leagues and hitting right now. Now is a good time. If you really want to learn how to hit, go to our Moneyball website or our hubieMagic.com website and buy and download our instructional videos and manuals that we have. We do online consultation. We can tutor you through a whole year. We improve batting averages and slugging percentage by more than 50 points. That's our goal within 1 year. If you are in college and you want to make it to the minor leagues and you need to put up some numbers, we are specialists that you want to talk about. Same with minor leaguers who want to get through the minor leagues to the major leagues. You need to put up the numbers. We are the guys that you want to get information from and train with. As a matter of fact, we're so sure about the minor leagues. If you are close, but you need to put up some extra numbers, maybe 10 more home runs or 30 more points, 30, 50 more points on your batting average, okay? We'll sign a contract with you right now and we'll train you for a very minimal fee of one, if not any at all, okay? And then when you make it to the major leagues, we'll do business from there, okay? That's how sure we are because we are results oriented, and unfortunately these major league hitting coaches are not results oriented. They're image oriented, okay? And so is most of the major leagues, and it's too bad. But it's hitting. Hitting is mysterious. Nobody has figured it out as far as I know. There have been some guys that I like on the internet that are very, very close. But they're not very popular guys, okay? Those are the guys that have time to figure a lot of things out. But if you think it takes 1, 2 years time, a couple hours studying, film study, you are deathly wrong. In order to figure out hitting, you got to know what's popping underneath the skin. Which muscles are starting to swing, causing the chain reaction, and you won't be able to figure out looking on video analysis. Sorry about that. Everybody's trying, and it's not working. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse. Okay? So, you got to simplify hitting in different ways. Don't have time to tell you right now because we just covered the Yankees here, and that's what this video is for. But we'll talk to you at another time. Thanks for listening.